These results exceeded my expectations, but Disgust doesn't look too happy about her new look. If you are new here, it is color by number chaos time. Color guides are essential in color by numbers, but what happens if you swap guides with a different book? Let's find out. First, I'm going to be starting my coloring with the outside border. This is the color I will be using. I've been trying to do more storytelling in my videos, but honestly, I just have a pretty boring life. So if you guys have any suggestions on stuff you would like to hear in my videos, like while I'm doing my projects, let me know. But yeah, I work retail, which I've mentioned a couple times before in the community section, and that's about it. I go to work, I come home, I work on projects for you guys so I can make videos. And that's about it. I mean, I watch shows and stuff, but other than that, I don't really do anything. As I was coloring the next color, I realized that I messed up, and these were meant to be left white. You will be able to fix this though. I'm going to be taking my Art white paint pen, and I will go over it the best that I can. I can still see it pretty good, like the outline, so I think we'll be okay. And then for the rest of it, I will just make sure to go over the sections that are supposed to be white first before I color that section. As I was coloring with the Art marker for spot 2, I was struggling. I don't know if I'm just using these markers wrong or because it's running out, but I can just never get the smooth texture I want with these like I can with the acrylic markers. These used to be my favorite and I still like them. I just don't understand why it does this. If you are an artist out there and you use these or have any tips, I would love your thoughts. I barely made it through the outer part. This marker is definitely officially dead, but at least we got to finish this area, even though it doesn't look the best. Sorry, Disgust. While we are working on the rest, I'm going to quickly explain how to do a color by number swap, in case you want to try it out yourself at home. First, I start by picking 2 color by number books of my choice. Then, I look through and find a coloring page I like in the first book, and find a page that has the same amount of numbers/letters in the other book. If you can. Sometimes it's not possible, so you have like a few extra letters or numbers, and you just kind of have to choose how you want to do it from there. But anyway, after that, I go through and select the markers with the corresponding color guides. Then I write down in my notebook the color codes for each page, which I will show at the end. You don't have to do this, but I find it helpful to keep track of the color codes. Something else I always do when I'm coloring as well, I've seen a lot of other creators do this, is I color the colored parts 1 or 2 more times, like again, just because I feel like it makes it look way better than just doing one color layer. You don't have to do this, of course, it does take extra time, but I feel like it makes the end results just look 10 times better in my opinion. But yeah. We are almost complete with this page. The final thing we have to do is just give Disgust's eyes some color. When I was picking out my coloring pages, I didn't even intend this, but I'm glad we got to add some green into Disgust's coloring page, because she can't be Disgust without some green. The baby's coloring book I have not colored in till just now. This is the perfect project I think to break in this new coloring book. It's gonna look super interesting I think because it looks a lot different compared to my other color by number books. We have completed the first coloring page, so let's get moving on to this coloring page because I'm super excited to see how it turns out. All the results will be at the end. I'm going to have to make a different strategy for these types of coloring pages. For me, I think it'll work best if I start out by outlining the circles in the color it is supposed to be, otherwise I'm most likely going to end up coloring something the wrong color. But while I was outlining the black, I had to look back at the original photo for reference because it was hard to tell which spots were meant to be colored in. That is, I guess, one of one flaw with these color by number pages. Alright, I've outlined 4 of the colors, so I think I'm going to fill these in and go from there. It's starting to get kind of overwhelming, so I feel like if I outline all of the colors, like the circles and the colors they're going to be, I won't even be able to tell what is going on. We are getting a remodel done right now at the store that I work at, and it's been kind of overwhelming. There's a lot of people in the store at the time whenever they're working on it, and it's just so cluttered. We got construction workers working and painting the walls and doing what they're doing. Then we have the people that they hired separately for the remodel that are helping move the sections of the store around and putting in new shelving and all this crazy stuff. It's crazy. I don't even know what else to say. But it will hopefully be worth it in the end and nice, but I get super overstimulated and I just don't really like change. The remodel is going to be going on till about November, which will be interesting for the first couple of holidays. Not really looking forward to it. Luckily, hopefully they'll be done before like Thanksgiving and stuff though, but it's still just gonna be interesting. Also guys, I'm sorry that my throat is a little scratchy. I think I might be getting sick, or it might just be my allergies really bugging me, but I'm trying to get this audio recorded so that way I can get this video out for you guys, so I apologize. But speaking of the holidays, Halloween is coming up soon, which isn't my favorite holiday. It's just not my thing. I never really got to go trick-or-treating much as a kid, and honestly, I'm just a huge scaredy cat. I don't really like watching horror movies or going to scary corn mazes. I'm a big scaredy cat. I can't do it. But Christmas, on the other hand, has always been my favorite holiday. I love spending time with family, and I mean, come on, who doesn't love presents? I would love to hear what your guys' favorite holiday is, though, in the comments. I am super excited to get into some holiday coloring and diamond paintings, though. I really want to order these ones off of Amazon, but I also have Disney villain ones that I need to do as well. So when it starts getting closer, make sure to be looking out for a poll to pick which one you would like to see. If you are seeing this in the future, I will link the video for the diamond painting that was chosen in the description if you would like to watch it. I find this project super fun and relaxing. I didn't come up with it completely on my own though. I watched this girl on TikTok, and she does something called color by number chaos as well, which is where I get the name, but she completely ignores the color guide and chooses random colors that she likes to the amount of letters and numbers that she has for the color code. It is super cool, and this is what helped me come up with the idea to color book swap. I didn't want to take her idea, and I thought in my head, how can I make this my own, but even crazier? If you guys have a different name I could call this instead of color by number chaos, I would love to hear it. I want to use a different name and make it completely my own. We have completed this project, and Disgust does not look too happy, but here's what they would have looked like, and here's the wacky results. If you enjoy these videos, the playlist is going to be here and in the description below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on all the chaos. And also, leave a like if you're excited for Halloween. Bye!